Maayong udto ug maayong pagpaniudto gikan sa University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. This is your Lunchican in charge. My name is Eric and you're watching LunChat. Greetings to all trailblazers across the USTP system. Join me today for a chat as we unfold different activities and initiatives in the university's 7-point agenda dynamic. Mga ka-LunChat, the university continues to strengthen its partnerships with industries to support its innovation ecosystem. For this episode, we will be joined by our very own USTP CDO b.i.t.e.s manager, Dr. Franch Maverick A. Lorilla. Good noon, sir, and welcome to LunChat po.
Hi, good noon.
Kumusta, sir? Cool ba?
Nakakauna.
Nakakaon na. Maayo. So, sir, no, to kickstart this conversation, ang CDO b.i.t.e.s or the Business Incubation Technology Entrepreneurship and Startups of the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, medyo hangak siya, sir, no, gains recognition for advancing science and technology in the Philippines and its accomplishments in enabling the innovations in their sector. So, can you name a few projects po and activities sa CDO b.i.t.e.s that have been successful?
Actually, sa CDO b.i.t.e.s, we have only 2 programs. So, ang first program na to is the incubation program.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is the awareness and networking program.
Mm-hmm.
So, in our incubation program, we have 3 sub-programs under it. So, we have the pre-incubation, we have which is what we call the Spark Track. We have the incubation program, which is the main course of that program. So that sub-program is 18 weeks basically, and then we have the third sub-program, which is the Beacon Demo Day.
Beacon.
So more likely, the goal of the incubation program is to make our startup investable at the end of the program.
Nice.
Then sa awareness and networking, it's for where we market our efforts as a startup enabler, helping startups in their way para they will be saved from the debt of valley that we call. No? So that's the time where startup starts falling, no? Because there's only 1% of success of this startup. So in that way, paano natin siya ma-de-risk? So that's where we come in as a program. So we spread awareness not only in Cagayan de Oro but in whole Region 10. But what is CDO b.i.t.e.s, what we can work with startup, and also bring the innovation ecosystem player all together at one place. So that's the awareness and networking program.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. We are only starting mga ka-LunChat, no, and I'm very excited, sir, to know more about CDO b.i.t.e.s. But before we proceed po, nantay short gimmick, sir, no, nantay pa short game. And our game,
Kwarta.
ay ato na lang i-answer sa to mga
We're talking business.
business gap po na bisag na adara na. Bitaw, sir. Ayan. So atong game, sir, is called Guess the Food. Yes, sir. So makita nimo sa imong screen, sir, no. Very easy ra atong mechanics, sir. Mag-flash lang mi og 4 pictures which will be flashed in interval. So na siya gamay lang, sir, ng interval 2 seconds yata. Pero pwede na nimo siya i-guess, sir. As soon as maka-flash ang pipila ka mga photos. So mura siya 4 pics 1 word, sir, if you're familiar with it. Oo. Dayon food lang yun siya in general.
Food. Okay, sige.
Muna siya, and you will have to guess it po in 45 seconds lang.
45. Okay.
Oo, kaya ra kay na nimo, sir.
Kung di na ako makuha, so may tabo.
Undangon ta ni. Bitaw, sir, joke lang. Bitaw, sir, if dili makuha, sir, walay problema. This is just to break the ice lang yun. Ato lang yun ipalahitin ng mood, no. So maora. So, sir, are you ready to and of course, no, before makalimtan ako, sir, our viewers can also join, no. You can use the comment section. Just type in #USTP LunChat and give it your best shot, mga ka-LunChat. There you go, sir. Are you ready?
Ready na lang.
Ready na lang. Sige. Now, let's start the Guess the Food.
Kokwa.
Mhm.
Kakao.
Mhm. Unsa ka na, sir? Murag lisod kayo siya, sir, no?
Chocolate.
Unsa ka ni?
Chocolate.
Chocolate? Sakto ba ka, ha? Final answer,
Kakao.
sir. Lock in na nato yung answer.
Oh,
Okay. The answer is... Chocolate. Grabe, no? Oo. So, mauna siya, sir. A brief trivia lang sa tong food feature or sa tong food na gi-feature today. The Aztecs may be known for their love of chocolate, but according to the International Cocoa Organization, they also used cocoa beans as currency. So people under Aztec rule could use cocoa to pay their taxes. Grabe no unta karon hangtod makabayad gyapon tag tax using chocolates. Grabe. So sir, thank you so much for participating, and of course atong viewers, thank you so much for participating sa atong gamay nga padula. So going back, sir, no, to where we left off again. Katong recently concluded ninyo, sir, nga demo day last March 14, 2023, you had a MOA signing between the partners of CDO b.i.t.e.s to further strengthen the startup ecosystem in the region po. So, who were those industries and how can CDO b.i.t.e.s and the university benefit from it?
yeah. So we are so happy that we were able to close a MOA and a MOU signing with these partners, no. Basically, daghan kito sila man nang nagkuan ko kode eh. Sila to sila
Nice. Sige,
kabuok.
sir.
Murag nato sila sa unom kabuok, no. We
Wow.
have 6 industry partners who signed that day. So we made a twist on the program na hindi lang siya plain nga mag-pitch lang, but also to welcome our new partners for our incubation program. So what, as you mentioned, no, sa question nimo, sa ilahang role. So it's a mix of international and local na mga partners nato. So let's first recognize tong ato ang mga local partners. Like we have Fligno. So Fligno is actually it's international ni siya. We can consider them international partner because they are operating originally in Australia.
Ah, nice.
But they headquartered here in Cagayan de Oro. So take note, they headquartered here in Cagayan de Oro, not in Manila. It's because they see a lot of talents here in Cagayan de Oro. And one thing also that they like to support startup because they are also a startup. And I think that's the time right now na they told us na mag-payback, no, to the community by developing more talents, because the more talents that will be developed in Cagayan de Oro, the more students later on become professional, will later on think of another way, no, wherein they can explore their skills into a venture, like to a startup. So they want to contribute as much as the skills is the context, no. So because when you're starting a startup, you really need it's always a prerequisite na ay tech person din na, no. And with a tech person, it should have the diverse skill. Dapat IT ka. Meaning imuha gid tanan, no, in terms of the production of the technology. So that's their goal. Tapos natay we have also Syntactics. Syntactics, we've been working with them all together in the innovation ecosystem, but wala gud bitaw nahimong formal bitaw nga MOA.
Okay.
So but without mo lang po na akong ganahan dire kay kanang they are ready to help with even with or without the black and white.
Right.
But just to recognize them formally, so they were onboarded that demo day, no. So daghan sila matabang sa atong program, especially they have experts who can also be our mentors, who can also be our resource person for cost free lang, no? So more likely that's where they can come in, because from time to time we tap Miss Stephanie to be one of our evaluator. They evaluate if this startup has the potential, it has the exponential quality in terms of its idea, kung kani ba siya there are attributes ba aning a startup that we are currently incubating na worth na ba siya, let's say kanabitang the technological feasibility to proceed. Okay, may uban nga wild king idea pero technologically dili yun siya na naka-feasible. Syempre ginatanaw po nato ang business viability because they are in the IT business already for so many years. So they can already see with the potential. Even with the one-liner lang, no, they can already see the potential. So yan. So we have also Innovius. So Innovius, silingan ra nato din ha, but we're talking a lot, no, but we really don't have yet a black and white with them. So the same case with the syntactics. So the same thing, they can also help us, no, to provide us with their expertise para ma-align sa needs sa industry, because industries could also be our client, no, by our startups in terms of their bootstrapping. So if there's a technological problem that they encounter or gaps there, our startup can actually solve it. Because right now, one way that these startups can also survive is to work on some bootstrap projects. So they can also, our startup can also help them, and they can also help them with the technological skills or knowledge that they want, no, para that they can actually impart yung mga bag-o karon yung mga methodologies, no. So that's where we can really give value to one another. And then we have also we have national partners, by the way. We have New Energy Nexus. So they have this program, manggod, that was granted a fund, nagrantan sila og funding by the USAID. So si USAID na siya kanang program on energy efficiency and conservation. So Energy Nexus has been known, it's actually an international na siya, nga organization based on California. They help energy focused startups, no. So nasa energy. So since si USTP is known for its energy na field, no, especially atong president is also into the is energy engineering, no, PhD sa atong president, and even our experts here are more likely na sa engineering, in energy engineering. So they do incubation, and then we've been a good partner since then, no. But in this new MOA, so nanatay mga existing, this is another new MOA nga kita ang mo incubate sa mga electric cooperatives. So we're not only incubating startups, but also organizations na mahimo silang scalable, they will be more dynamic in terms of the operation, entrepreneurial lang approach. Kaya when we're talking about entrepreneurial, it's more about solving more problems. It's making more sustainable solutions. So ana siya. Then syempre nato international pod nga partner, which is mo ning last na ko i-share, which is the Live and Nest. So Live and Nest, most ilahang actually first nga na-invest nga startup sa to ay si Wella. So na sila part owner po sila sa Wella, no. So they've helped a lot sa Wella, especially on capturing some of the ASEAN na mga market, no. Kay karon si Wella is in the ASEAN na pod.
Nice.
So and then at the same time, Live and Nest also helping our researcher, because ang goal sa Live and Nest is to connect researcher to the industry. So they are sharing to us a lot of best practices. How can this researcher be entrepreneurial themselves, no, in a form of a spin-off ba or into a licensing, but they are really into encouraging researcher to be a entrepreneur, no. Kay yung mga researcher, more likely they just want to live in their labs, but this is the time that there are a lot of support and there's a lot of opportunity out there if they really venture on what they are capable, no, of their research outputs na siya. So and then they also hold a lot of mga conferences wherein USTP faculty are very participative in all of its programs. So kana we are there parang in terms of kanang arm nila dinhi sa Mindanao. So si USTP dayon ang ilahang partner. And then I have the privilege also to go to Japan last December. So I was able to witness how they also strategize the industry academe nga mga partnerships. So and they want to do a lot of programs with us, so turning this MOU to a MOA, so yeah, to have more deeper na relationship and partnership.
Gabi, dili gid mo basa-basa sir no sa CDO b.i.t.e.s. Kay hearing now, nga nanatay aside sa local na putay national, international partners pod nga willing gid mo support and mo help sa mga startups ni CDO b.i.t.e.s. So that's very good to hear, sir.
Yes, and this is also aligned with our new project funded by the USTP Shared
Nice.
together with Sir Bronson Mabulay. What we're doing right now is to formulate the startup consortium. So you might heard about research consortium, but it's focused on research and technology transfer. But this consortium will focus on the support programs for our startups, meaning we are bringing all together the investment community, startup community, financial organizations like cooperatives. Like we are tapping their potential right now, no, ni mga co-op, because co-op diri sa Mindanao are the richest. The billionaire co-ops are here, no? So there's something that they can also give support and value to the startup in terms of finance, no, or monetary. Then we have also to bring together government agencies, especially the ICT, the OST, and DTI. No, apit ako malimtan si DTI, mas mga lood. So, DTI. So, they have been an essential partners for our startups para mag-grow gid sila. Kay, like what I've mentioned a while ago, we have this valley of debt. We want to help this startup na failure rate ma-decrease siya, ma-increase, and then syempre, with the type of investors that we have right now in Cagayan de Oro, medyo conservative ba?
Right.
So, more likely, they don't really into startup investing. So, there's a need for them to be exposed and get a lot of confidence pa para mag-invest of startups. So, that is why we are starting to communicate with them with this new funding that we got. For 2 years, we got mostly 5 to 7 million for this, just to establish this consortium and to bring more layer of support for our startup, not only TBI level but regional level na ang gina-work out karon. So this is also in partnership with MSU IIT, helping startup here in Region 10. So it's more time to collaborate, and ang goal nato diri kay magikan diri sa Region 10 ang natawag nato nga unicorn, no? So more likely a unicorn sa startup whose valuation is 1 billion. Tama ba? So ana ang valuation ng $1 billion. So we have right now in the Philippines, we have GCash and Paymaya, but it's more fintech, no? But we wanted to really come up with the other one, no? So nang mailhan nga, ay kani taga Cagayan niya siya. So,
proceeding, sir, the university also aims to be recognized internationally in the establishment of our S&T parks through collaborations and partnerships. With CDO b.i.t.e.s po ba having partners overseas, will this be an avenue for us to promote our services in the international arena and specifically in the field of innovation po?
Yes, basically that's our goal, no, to really partner with the industry, with the international na mga partners na to. It's always to pitch about S&T Park,
right?
Because still it's marami pang slot dun sa ating S&T Park. So we want to bring relevant stakeholders and partners na maka-contribute siya not only on the economy of the Cagayan de Oro or in the Misamis Oriental, but in the Philippines, no, as a whole, no. So we are bringing them to more likely explore what the opportunities that we can actually offer to them. So here's S&T Park, by the way. So that's what we are doing. So right now we don't have yet that kind of although we have that credibility, but in their lens, no, sa international partner na to, ragamay pata sa ilaha. So we need to prove something, no? So with this partnership, what you want to build here is the trust or the nang maayong relasyon ba, no, para later on when they already have that confidence, they have seen our potential in small or in big ways, they can actually invest small. Di man good mag-start sa ginagmay, kasaligan sa ginagmay, kasaligan sa dinagko.
Right.
So that's our strategy right now, no. CDO b.i.t.e.s contributing to that development of the S&T parks. So that's only the beginning. No, we are also actively participating on a lot of international na mga events, conferences wherein naay anything na naay mga mag-mention about startup, because those where these partners can be found, no? And when we approach them, it's not only na paila-ila, no, but it's always to bring what value you can bring to them. Kay once you already know na kung sa imurag something na ginapangita nila, and then you are that value that they're looking for. So that's where the partnership, or like the initial talks about partnership or understanding begins. So mo nang ato ang pamatud-an nga murag align sa kaning City of Golden Friendship. So murag inana po nato ang kailangan ni murag attitude nga tong i-establish to these partners. So mayo na managhan natong amigo kay at least na 10% nila ang mga partner later on sa to ang SCT Park. So we don't know, no.
Right. Tsada kay sir nung paminawon earlier po when you said na dili lang ang economy sa Cagayan natong target na ma-improve, but of course we're thinking nga murag national yung scale nga ma-affect pod ang economy pod sa Philippines.
Actually, supporting startup is a very strategic na approach, no, sa ato ang university, contributing directly to the economic development. Why? When we support startup manggod, it means new venture, new businesses are open.
Right.
And these businesses are not the brick and mortar business manggod. So startup with the technology, they have the capacity to scale. We're talking about scaling. It's more about kung sa tanawon nimo ang graph, it's more about mas musaka ilang value, no? And then while gamay ilang cost. So very idealistic siya, but more likely because of the value that they're providing, they can go from one places to another without repeating the business process from day zero to end day, no. So dako kayo siya og kanang kabuhatan sa kuan, kay once you have your business growing, your startup is growing, scaling siya, so you have more people to be employed. So job generation na siya.
Right.
And once these people na imo na hire, na sila capacity, they have the power to buy na, increase silang buying power. So magboom ang economy kay daghang mga stores na po nang open. So that's the sequence, no, of events when we are supporting to startup.
Nice.
So that is why the programs of the university in entrepreneurship mutabang ma-change ang mindset from employment to entrepreneurial mindset. So kay mo abot man gud ang time ng university is not only providing opportunity to the students, but imagine the day that the university will be generating students na mo sila na mismo ang hatag og opportunity. Diba, kiyaw kay siya paminawon, but it's possible if we train the students to be entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial meaning they solve problem, and by solving problem they can actually create solution that can be a value, and people are willing to pay with that value that they are providing. So ano siya.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for that very jam-packed information. No? I know atong viewers pod sila mapanimalayo or asa man sila gapananaw karon is very thrilled to know nga dako dig kabuhatan ng startups para sa tong economy sa Philippines. There you have it, mga ka-LunChat. In the University 7-Point Agenda Dynamic, CDO b.i.t.e.s falls under letter C, which is to continue to strengthen partnerships and collaborations among government, academe, industry, and the community to support the implementation and the operation of the technology parks and its innovation. That's it. This has been your Lunchican in charge, Dotarot. See you next episode dito lang sa LunChat.